All right, welcome back. So today we're looking at something a little different. It's a kind of blueprint.
Not for a house, though.
No, not for a house, for a state of being, really. We're doing a deep dive on this visual framework called the Pillars of Holistic Happiness.
And it really treats well-being like an architectural project. You see this image of a massive stone archway held up by these two huge columns.
Which right away tells you something. Happiness isn't just a mood stumble into. It's a structure, something you have to engineer.
Exactly. It pushes back hard against this idea of chasing happiness. You don't chase a building. You build it piece by piece.
So on one side of the arch, we have the inner architect. That's all the spiritual, internal work.
And on the other, transforming reality, which is much more about the physical, the practical side of things.
And I guess our mission today is to figure out how these two very different looking pillars actually hold each other up.
Without the whole thing collapsing.
Yeah. Okay, so let's start with that inner architect side. The foundation is ambition paired right next to humility. Which, to me, immediately sounds like a contradiction. I mean, when we talk about high ambition, we're usually talking about massive egos. Right?
Yeah, you would think so. That's the common assumption. But this framework argues that this ambition-humility paradox is, essential for any kind of long-term success.
How so?
Well, it suggests that the most effective people balance these huge dreams with the deep realization that they didn't get there alone. It's about acknowledging divine help or just the support from others.
So confidence without the arrogance.
That's a perfect way to put it, yeah. And that connects to the next concept here, the root of hope.
Which uses this metaphor I found really powerful, seeing yourself as a diamond in the rough.
Right. It's all about focusing on your intrinsic value.
Yeah.
If you truly believe you're a diamond, it doesn't really matter how much dirt or, external hardship gets thrown on you.
The value is still there underneath it all.
The value is still there. And that's what makes you resilient.
Speaking of hardship, okay, this next part is where I started to get a little skeptical. It talks about life as a problem set.
Okay.
And then it redefines difficult people as soulmate encounters. I mean, are we really supposed to believe my micromanaging boss is a soulmate?
I know. It sounds like something from a weird greeting card. But it's not using soulmate in the romantic sense.
I would hope not.
No. It's viewing these people as part of your spiritual workbook. The idea is that these frustrating encounters aren't just random. They're designed, in a way, to test you.
To test me.
To help resolve old karma or just to refine your character.
So my annoying neighbor isn't an obstacle to my happiness. He's part of the curriculum.
He's homework. And that kind of reframe, it takes a lot of mental energy. It's exhausting.
Which is the perfect transition, I think, to the other side of the archway, the transforming reality pillar.
Physical vessel.
Exactly. Because if the spiritual work is that heavy, you need a strong chassis to carry it. But at first glance, this side looks pretty basic. It just lists the health trinity, nutrition, exercise, and rest.
It looks basic, yeah. But the key is the intent.
Okay, break that down.
In this framework, you're not eating well to lose weight or exercising to get six-pack abs. You are doing it specifically to sustain the spirit. It's purely structural reinforcement.
Ah, I see. So if you're physically drained, you just can't do the mental work of reframing your boss as a spiritual teacher.
You'll just snap. It's impossible.
And the same thing goes for rest. It's defined here as preventing mental fatigue. It's not laziness, it's essential maintenance.
If the physical vessel cracks, the whole archway just comes crumbling down.
The whole thing.
That makes so many more sense.
No.
Okay, but there's a keystone holding it all together at the top, shifting perspective. And there's a concept here, the lens of the present, that honestly it made me stop and think. It claims the past isn't fixed. This is probably the most powerful and maybe controversial part of the whole framework. It argues your personal history is. Well, it's fluid.
So my mood right now actually dictates what my past was.
In a way, yes. Think about it. If you are happy now, right this second, all your past failures suddenly become seeds of happiness. They were the lessons that got you here.
Okay.
But if you're unhappy now, those exact same events become excuses for failure. The facts didn't change at all, but the story you tell about them did.
Wow. That puts an incredible amount of power in the present moment. And I guess that flows into this final point about abundance versus zero-sum thinking.
Right. It's a total rejection of the idea that happiness is a limited pie, that if someone else gets a slice, there's less for you.
Instead, it talks about infinite alternative paths.
Yeah, like a hallway with endless doors. If one closes, you don't panic. You just You look for the next open door because you believe they're infinite.
So if we zoom out then, happiness isn't just one thing. It's this complex architecture of spiritual work, physical maintenance, and a complete retraining of how we see our own lives.
It's all three working together perfectly balanced.
Well, before we wrap up, here's a thought to leave you with based on that lens of the present. If your past changes entirely based on how you feel in this exact moment, how much of your personal history is actually fact? And how much is just a reflection of your current mood? Thanks for listening to this deep dive.